So this live is not going to be that long, guys. Um, I'll say 15, 19 minutes tops, because I have to go get baby Joy Chaser from daycare soon. So I'm going to give it a few minutes. Hopefully some people will come in. I don't know. I was just watching um, Simply Tanika's premiere of her latest vlog. Hi, Rachel Faye. I was just saying I was going to give it a minute to see if people were going to come in here. I was just watching Simply Tanika's premiere of her vlogs. So we were chatting in the comments. Um, I was just about to go live because I was debating what I wanted to do because I do have a video for this week, but I messed it up. I'll still have it, but I was like, well, the day is almost over. I usually do my weekly video in the morning, so I'll probably hold off and share it next week. But I said, well, I have a few minutes. I'll go live. So you guys know I work for the federal government. So today is day one of our new fiscal year. So I actually got off work like an hour earlier than normal. So I have a little bit of time between when I normally get off work and I would go get the baby. So that's why I was like, well, maybe I'll just go live instead and chat. I see a couple people watching. I know Rachel Face watching. Um, say hi so I know who I'm talking to over here. And please like the video. I already saw a thumbs up. Thank you. So I was sitting here and before I was watching, hey TK. So before I was watching Tanika's vlog, I was watching the Rachel Dolezal documentary on Netflix or video, or I guess it's a documentary because it's her talking on Netflix. It's so crazy. But one of the the nice things that I wanted to share is in the video. Hey Tanika. So in the Rachel Dolezal documentary, her sons are in the video, and I'm sure y'all know who Rachel Dolezal is from a few years back. She was the white lady who says she's transracial or whatever, that she identifies as a black woman. Yes, Mrs. NAACP, yes. So, but one of the nice things in the video, the documentary, her sons are in it, and I didn't realize that she was pregnant when all of the stuff hit the fan. So she's pregnant, right, on this documentary, and then she has a baby, and her older son is like so protective of the baby and really cute, and it just made me have like not necessarily warm fuzzy feelings about Rachel Dolezal, but just the idea of baby Joy Chaser being a big brother and how much like I want to see that, and how I think he'll be a good big brother because he's so friendly and he likes all the kids at school, and it'll be like he'll have his own playmate here at home. So it just made me have a warm feeling in terms of seeing that like sibling dynamic, which wasn't what I was expecting to see on the Rachel Dolezal documentary. But anyway, so I was watching that while I was finishing up work before I saw Tanika's vlog. So, spoiler alert, I did not have my embryo transfer yesterday. So for those who saw my video last week, I was asking for people to pray for me, and I was going to be praying like twice a day at 9:29 in the morning and at night. So the video that you guys will see when I eventually get it up here, probably next Friday. Yeah, I didn't have it. I know, but it's not all bad. It's not all bad. So, if anybody remembers, if you guys were following along my first journey, my left ovary is always the left side, And the same thing that happened with the ERA mock transfer cycle back in the spring. So my left ovary decided to misbehave and I had a cyst. So everything got pushed back. So spoiler alert, I didn't have the transfer yesterday, but it's still on the schedule. So right now, crossing fingers, and it should be on 10/13. That'll be the new date. So far things are going well. I don't know. Rachel says, why is it always the left side for us? I don't know. My med protocol. Yes, so I did suppression. So I was on birth control for 2 weeks and maybe more than 2 weeks. 2 or 3 weeks. So like the normal amount of time that I would typically be on it, and my lining looked really good and my right ovary looked good. I wasn't ovulating or anything, but it was from the previous cycle. So I don't know what you guys know about cysts in your ovaries. So there's the normal kind of cyst. So this is like a normal type of cyst. So each, month when you ovulate, you get a follicle that gets big, right? And then that follicle releases one egg. IVF makes you have a whole bunch of follicles, and then they try to get as many eggs as possible. But normally you have one follicle that grows and grows, and then your body tells it when to release the egg. And all that fluid that is in the follicle around the egg comes out. But sometimes that little opening where the egg came out seals over before the fluid all drains, and that is a cyst. I think it's called like a corpus luteum cyst. And there's some other stuff that happens with that, like progesterone and all that, if you're, like just a normal cycle. So I guess I had ovulated on the left side before starting the birth control. And so it just sealed over before all that fluid can drain out. And so that caused the cyst, which is just a normal cyst that resolves on its own. It's not a kind of cyst where they have to do anything. So they just had me stay on birth control for 2 more weeks. So by then the cyst wasn't making any estrogen anymore. And it was funny, and I'll share this when you guys see the video next week. Some of this might be a repeat. It was on the left side again, and it was almost the exact same size as before. So much so that my nurse actually thought it might have been the same cyst, that it just hadn't gone away. But it was a whole brand new cyst. It's just on that same side. So, hold on. I think I'm missing you guys' comments. Okay, TK said she had the same thing. She did her baseline and had a few follicles too. And this is her ERA cycle. Okay, good luck with the ERA. It's funny, everybody has different experience with that. For me, it was very painful, but I think other people have had it and said it wasn't bad. Yeah, so I just did birth control for 2 more weeks, and then my ovary was cooperating at the last check. I have my my little estrogen. I just took my estrogen for my midday dose a little while ago. So I'm on to estrogen priming. So I'm crossing fingers that everything will still go well, and that so we're targeting the 13th for my transfer. So 10:13, I have an alarm now set in my phone for 10:13 in the morning and 10:13 in the evening to pray over the transfer and the second baby and all that good stuff. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate all the prayers. So I don't really have a whole lot to talk about, but I just was like, oh no, I didn't get my video up. Oh, so what happened with the video is I forgot. So my day job's been so busy lately that the week kind of gets away from me. And I was like, oh, I didn't get the video edited. But I actually did this video in one shot. It was my attempt at a mukbang. So you guys will see that. Baby Joy Chaser joins me in the video, which is really cute. He talks a little bit, and so the week got away from me, and then I started. I uploaded it. I edited it with my intro and stuff, and put it up this morning, and it was supposed to go live at 11:30. And then around 10:30, I remembered that Baby Joy Chaser actually said his name in the video because he was talking to me, and he was talking about himself. And I was like, oh crap, I forgot to edit that out. So then but I've done other videos since this. I wasn't sure if it was that one. So I pushed back the premiere to 1:30. And then I went through, and then I realized that the sound was messed up. Now, I wasn't in my car like the last few, but for whatever reason, the sound was not syncing with my mouth. So I said, you know what, let me just redo it. So I re-uploaded it and everything. Found the clip where he said his name, took that part out, and got it all up. And then I had pushed the time back again. And then YouTube was taking a long time doing its part. And then I was like, maybe I should just go live today, because I had a little time. And then I had went on YouTube and was about to go live when I saw Tanika's video premiering. And I was like, oh no. So I was like, I don't want to conflict. You know, I like our TTC community over here, our Single Mom by Choice community. So I try to not have my videos like conflict with Tanika's or Boston Girl, or Tamika TTC or Sandra, or anybody really if I see. So here we are. So I'll get that video up because it's cute and you get to see him. He's talking a little bit more clearly. So hopefully you guys can understand what he's saying when I get it done. I do not know the gender of my remaining embryos. I have 2 left. And I did not do genetic testing back then, which, you know, honestly, I was going to say I regret, but I don't really regret because I know that there's been kind of mixed reviews on putting in embryos that come up as abnormal, because sometimes the abnormal embryos can correct themselves. So I don't know. But anyway, when I did IVF, I was 37. So those were 37-year-old eggs. Yeah, Tanika says she's not a fan of testing for that reason. Yeah, so I didn't test back then because I was 37. And my doctor, who I liked a lot at the time, she just was kind of like at that age, 37, she said it was like a 50-50. If I were closer to 40 or over 40, she would have recommended the testing. But at 37, she didn't automatically recommend it. So she kind of left it up to me. And it was probably like $5 more if I'm remembering correctly. So I was like, I don't want to spend five grand. So I think I started out, and I would have to go back and look at my videos, but I think I started out after IVF with 14 eggs or embryos, and 5 made it to 5-day blast. They were all graded well. I think they were all like A or AB, whatever. I don't really remember, but I know they were all graded well. And my first 2 did not take, and then we did the ERA, found out that I needed that whole 12 more hours of progesterone, and I needed to double the amount of progesterone. So I take double the amount that they would typically recommend for someone, since my body, I guess, wasn't absorbing it as well as they would have thought. And then Baby Joy Chaser was a result of that very next cycle. So he was my 3rd embryo. So 2 are left. So because I did a genetic test, I don't know if those first 2 didn't work because of the timing, or if possibly they were abnormal. There's no way to know. So I don't know what the future holds for these 2 that are on ice. Like Tanika put in the chat, God always has the last word. It's in his hand. And it's so funny that you said that, because I've been very, very I don't know. I feel like I've been on an emotional roller coaster because work has been stressful. And then you guys saw in the video I had a little while ago, like I had like some issues, like I'll just say at home, like with family that have gotten worked out, but not necessarily the way I would have liked. Um, so I've just been kind of up and down with my mood. So I've been praying, and so I've been praying. Well, I'm always praying. If you watch my videos, you guys know I'm a prayer. But I have been praying about leaving things at the altar, like leaving things to God and trying to not worry so much. And it's so hard because I'm like a take charge kind of person, hence being the single mom by choice. Like, didn't want to wait too long, leaving my potential for children up to fate of meeting Mr. Right at the right moment. So I'm like a take charge kind of person. So sometimes it's hard because you want to control everything and you end up worrying and having anxiety. So I've been really working on leaving things to God. And I've been so kind of up and down emotionally lately that I've been doing like emotional eating, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like so like I'll be good for like a week, and then I'll fall off for a week, and they're still weighing me at this stupid clinic, which is super annoying. They didn't do that. If they didn't do that, I would feel like I had the perfect clinic because everything else is so good, which is why I don't get too worked up about the weight stuff because everything else has been really good, especially just you hear different things in the TTC streets. But yeah, so I was thinking about it, praying about it, and realizing that I feel like I've been like kind of binge eating a little bit after work. It's like work is over and like I want to reward myself. And I realized because work's been so stressful. And so I was praying about that, and then I had like this revelation, right? Because I've always had weight issues since puberty. I've never been like thin. Um, but definitely it's worse when I'm stressed and whatnot because I'll like overeat and whatnot. So I was thinking and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like the outward, how did I think of it? I feel like the extra weight that I'm carrying on the outside is like the physical manifestation of like the emotional weight I'm carrying inside, if that makes sense. So I'm like, I just kind of had that epiphany yesterday. And like, so I need to really, really work harder and learn how to like let this weight go and like truly give it to God so that I can stop like trying to take care of myself in ways that are actually self-destructive, right? Like emotional eating, making the poor choices, overeating, because it's all like you're trying to like take care of yourself and comfort yourself and give yourself pleasure, but in the long run, like it's not really working. So it was kind of like an epiphany I had. Thank you, Tanika said that's powerful. Yeah, it was just like a revelation I kind of had yesterday because I was literally praying. Like I got off work, I'm still working from home, and then I was driving to work where the daycare is to get my son. And like I'm praying in the car because I'm like I'm putting this connection. Like as soon as work is over, like I just want to like eat, and it's like I'll be cool for 1 week and then not cool for the next week. And I was like, okay, I have to stop this cycle. Like, what is this? And it's like, well, work is really stressful. So when it's over, I'm like, whoo, I did it. I made it through the day. Like reward. And it's like, yeah, I need to stop that. So that's kind of like my epiphany. Like, yeah, I need to like stop carrying this emotional weight because it's like showing up physically as weight on my body. So I've been thinking a lot about that. And today, and I don't think it was yesterday. Yesterday's kind of busy. Today and I think Wednesday, I did actually take a few minutes, like midday, even during the workday, and did like visualization technique. And around when I did my 10-13 prayer, and just imagining like things going well with the second baby and like the healthy thought, like positive betas, like all that, because I was really good with doing my visualization techniques the first go round when I was trying to get pregnant with baby Joy Chaser. And it does make me feel much more like calm and like less frantic because you know how you feel. You might like seem frantic or give an outward appearance of being frantic when life is stressful. That's how you feel. So I did get to do that. So I'm feeling optimistic about the cycle. I'm excited for the cycle. I in the mukbang when I get it finally get it posted to YouTube, you guys will see I have some anxieties just surrounding COVID and what it does to daycare and like suddenly having to go pick your kid up and all that. Um, so trying to just, you know, like I said, let go of some of those anxieties. But even with those with having some nervousness around those things, like I'm excited about the cycle. And like I said, watching this crazy Rachel Dolezal documentary, which is interesting. But just seeing her son, who's like I don't know how old he is, but he seems like he's maybe like a young teenager, like maybe 14. And with his new little brother, it was just so cute. It was like, oh, I want to have kids, plural, and see baby Joy Chaser be a big brother and all that. Um, so that's kind of just what I'm thinking. Um, TK says it does, so she can relate. She says that about her weight all the time. Yeah, it's like, you know, everybody has their different coping mechanisms and ways that we try to like emotionally take care of and protect ourselves. But sometimes, you know, those habits that we picked up kind of to survive different things in life don't need to stay with us forever, right? We got to get some new habits. Tanika says when she's stressed, she loves carbs and fat. Yeah, well, carbs and fat are so good. They go so well together too, right? That's like cookies, right? The butter and the sugar. So you're not alone in that. But anyway, I have to go. I have to get baby Joy Chaser from daycare. I'm hoping to get him a little early, and then I need to make a phone call. Um, to talk to. I still call her my business advisor, even though I've not paid for her services for a while now. And I don't even know if she's doing one-on-one coaching. But I always go to her about chasing joy related things. And I'm not sure if I had mentioned it on here. So you guys hopefully saw I had like the Chasing Joy show. And I released all of season 1 on here earlier in the year. Season 2 is taped and ready to be loaded, so I'll eventually get that up on here, streaming on Saturday nights. Chasing Joy season 2. But somebody is talking to me about the potential to have my Chasing Joy show on a streaming service, and so yeah, I need to talk with a lawyer about that stuff. So, yeah. So anyway, so I need to call my business advisor and ask her a question about lawyer process. And yes, I love that hustle. Man, it is a hustle. My Chasing Joy is a labor of love. I had Chasing Joy blog before I was even on this TTC path, and even me trying to, you know, get pregnant and being a single mom by choice is all just ways that I chase joy and am carving out a happy life for myself and being proactive. So yes, so if you've missed it, it's on the channel. It's one of my playlists, the Chasing Joy show. I think if you put it in, you could probably find it too, like if you just search. But you can definitely find it here on my YouTube page, the Chasing Joy show. All of season 1 is out, and spoiler alert, it gets better as it goes, right? This is my first time doing a show, so I think each episode gets better, and season 2 is definitely better than season 1, because I'm getting better at the interview process. And but all the guests were great, and I'll get season 2 up soon. I'll let you guys know. But anyway, it's nice to chat live. It's thank you guys for watching. Thank you, TK, Rachel, Faith, Tanika. Thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. And sorry I didn't get my regular video up. Thank you for, yes, please send prayers for October 13th for the transfer. My videos are always delayed, the TTC ones, just to protect my space. I give Tanika, I don't know how you do it, you and is it Tanya? I always, or is it Toya? Tanya and Aunt, or Toya and Aunt. You guys do like the live pregnancy test. I was watching on Instagram, and I don't know how you guys do it. I cannot. I need my alone time. Tanya and Aunt, yeah. I need my alone time to like process, because TTCing is not for punks. So, but good luck, baby dust, to everybody. I'm praying for everybody to get their BFP. Oh, you're scared to do it by yourself. Yeah. Well, whatever we have to do to get through. But I'm praying for everybody to get their babies, their take home babies. And I'm going to go pick up my first blessing right now. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye.